Here we are, we're live. Hello and welcome to Know Your Mojo. My name is Eric and joining me as always is Jem. How you doing, Jem?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good, I'm very excited. We're like 5 weeks in.
Give or take.
Give or take. We do this every Thursday, and for those of you who don't know, this is the show where you could win yourself some sweet Mojo merch. And it's a quiz, it's a live quiz, and Jem is going to be manning the chat over here. And what we do is we basically take an upcoming Mojo list and we give you the entries, and you have to figure out what the name of the list is based on those entries. And if you do, and you plug that into the chat, you could win yourself some merch. So we got hats, we got T-shirts, we got mugs, all kinds of great stuff. Mm-hmm. And basically, it's a lot of fun. We're going to show you a supercut. We're going to take one of our Mojo lists and we're going to squeeze it into like a 1-minute thing, and you have to guess what all of those entries are, and then kind of figure out what is the overarching theme, and once you have that, you plug it in, and if you're the first person to get the answer right, you get the sweet prize.
Yeah.
We're looking for an exact answer, and bear in mind, this is a list that doesn't yet exist on the internet.
No.
This is an upcoming list that we're going to publish in the coming weeks or months on one of our channels. There's a little hint for you already on one of our channels. And so you can't Google it to find out what it is, but basically, if you know the answer, we're looking for the absolute exact title, and the first person to get that. And barring that, we'll take the closest approximation to that title. And I'm feeling pretty good. We've got some interesting lists today. They're kind of challenging.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So why don't we start right away, show you guys the supercut, because obviously you're more interested in that than us. Well, maybe Jem. Jem's fun to watch.
Well, you're fun to watch.
Yeah, thanks. So let's see the first supercut. Manny Phoebe, will you roll clip, please?
You know why the Yankees always win, Frank?
Because they have Mickey Mantle?
No. It's because the other teams can't stop staring at those damn pinstripes.
Can I help?
Yeah. Get him wet.
Tried to steal our bit, but you look like shit. But we're the ones who are down with it.
Only use it in times of severe distress.
This is a pen.
And anyway, look at the clothes you wear.
Mother, just because I wear trackies and...
So what are you gonna do, Heather? Take the 2 shots or send me out? Did you have a brain tumor for breakfast?
This is pitiful. 1,000 people freezing their butts off waiting to worship a rat. What a hype.
For God's sake, what happened to her eyes?
It really don't matter if I lose this fight. It really don't matter if this guy opens my head either. Because all I want to do is go the distance.
I like to dissect girls. Did you know I'm utterly insane?
Great tan, Marcus. I mean, really impressive.
There's some really amazing scenes and performances in that.
There are.
In fact, one of those is from my favorite movie of all time. Let's see if you can guess, based on everything you know about me, which is my favorite movie of all time. And also, actually, might as well let us know of all the choices there, which is your favorite movie, because there's some really good ones in there. But the question is it performance? Is it actor? Is it the line? Is it something else? So I'm curious if we have some people already weighing in.
Well, people are going through the most obvious choices, I think, right now. So we have Jelly King TMM, who suggests top 10 conversations, which is
okay.
It's a good
Dig
suggestion.
a little deeper, but yeah.
There is Andrew Leahy, who suggests top 10 supporting actor and actresses scenes. Abisai Castillo, top 10 famous scenes.
Okay.
UK Gaming says top 10 British film.
Rocky wasn't a British film.
No, but
No.
I mean, you know, maybe they're biased because they are called UK Gaming.
By the way, for that matter, I was considering doing a list of, there is an upcoming list of most overrated UK movies. So we almost went that direction.
Well,
and
we can't go that direction anymore because you just
exactly.
said
but,
name out loud.
No, but we're not. That's not one of our lists this week. In fact, I think that list came out last night or something like that. So, yeah, the interesting choices. Anything else springing?
Jamie Shao says top 10.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. If you think about it, maybe not all of them, but I'm looking through the list, and
That's not, sadly, that's not what we're looking
the
for.
answer. No. But I like where people are going with these guesses. And again, you have to identify the movies. Do you have a favorite on that list?
I need to see the
supercut again?
To figure out.
Let's see the supercut again, and I'm just going to give that hint again. Remember, this is a list that is going to be upcoming on one of our channels in the coming days and weeks. Yeah. So let's see the supercut again.
You know why the Yankees always win, Frank?
Because they have Mickey Mantle?
No. It's because the other teams can't stop staring at those damn pinstripes.
Can I help?
Yeah. You get them wet.
Tried to steal our bit, but you look like shit. But we're the ones who are down with it.
Only use it in times of severe distress.
This is a pen.
And anyway, look at the clothes you wear.
Mother, just because I wear trackies and play sport does not make me a lesbian.
So what are you gonna do, Heather? Take the 2 shots or send me out? Did you have a brain tumor for breakfast?
This is pitiful. 1,000 people freezing their butts off waiting to worship a rat. What a hype.
For God's sake, what happened to her eyes?
It really don't matter if I lose this fight. It really don't matter if this guy opens my head either. Because all I want to do is go the distance.
I like to dissect girls. Did you know I'm utterly insane?
Great tan, Marcus. I mean, really impressive.
Okay, so while we were watching the supercut, our director Manny weighed in on the walkie-talkie with his impression of Rocky on this. Just for people to hear, that is one of the greatest Rocky impressions I've ever heard. Can we hear it again? And that, by the way, was the answer to my favorite movie of all time. My favorite franchise. I love Rocky. I used to play in a Rocky cover band.
Oh yeah, you told me about that before.
Yeah, we played all the music from the Rocky movies. We were called Balboa. Played in Toronto. If you look up Balboa Band on the net, you'll probably find some of our performances. But that's not what we're here for. No, we're here for people to win some merch. And I feel I need to give some hints because this is not an easy one. First of all, this is going to be a list that's coming out on Miss Mojo. So already there, that should direct you. I mean, it's still not enough to put you on exactly the right track, but let's start looking at some of these answers. So number 10 is Catch Me If You Can. Fantastic movie. Starring Leo DiCaprio and Tom Hanks, directed by Steven Spielberg, about a guy who basically, in almost like a Forrest Gump type way, became successful in all these different adventures, although his were crime and fraudulent, but a fantastic movie back in 2002. And it's the true story of Frank Abagnale, and it's his, basically he wrote a biography because all of this really happened to him. Number 9, Ghost. Ghost, starring Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore and Whoopi Goldberg from 1990, directed by Jerry Zucker. I didn't realize this. Jerry Zucker, of Zucker, Abrams Zucker, he was one of the guys who made the Airplane movies and Naked Gun.
Oh.
So hard to believe, I think Josh can correct me if I'm, but yeah, so Ghost 1990. Next, number 8, Bring It On. Cheerleading movie, which spawned so many other kind of dance fighting movies. And that starred Kirsten Dunst, directed by Peyton Reed. Number 7,
boom,
Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Lightning Thief. Never saw that movie. It might be one of the only ones on this list that I ever saw, to be honest. Yeah. So the list is not 9 movies that Eric Cohen has seen.
No.
But this was directed by Chris Columbus, who's the guy who did a lot of the Harry Potter movies.
That's right.
Or produced most of them, and not Christopher Columbus. And number 6, Bend It Like Beckham. That was Keira Knightley's big breakout movie. Although before that, she played, as we mentioned in another episode of this, she was the handmaid for Padme.
For Padme, yeah.
That's right. And that was directed by Gurinder Chadha. Next movie, Heathers. Number 5, that is from 1988, starring Christian Slater and Winona Ryder. And that was a big movie. And apparently they even made a TV version of it recently, or were planning to make a TV version, but they kind of put it on hold because it's a movie about killing the popular kids in school.
I wonder if they made any other versions of this movie.
There's a little bit of a hint for you. Thank you, Jem. Number 4, Groundhog Day, starring Bill Murray, a fantastic movie from 1993, directed by Harold Ramis, who also gave us Analyze This, Vacation, and Caddyshack.
Okay, movies.
What's that?
All great movies.
All great movies. And this, I mean, the day keeps happening over and over again.
Awesome.
Bill Murray, we love him. Number 3, The Evil Dead. Okay, maybe we might be starting to get people on the right track. Now that you're looking at it, think about what do all these movies have in common? The Evil Dead, it being a horror movie, had more of a life than just a simple horror movie. Number 2.
There's your number 2.
Rocky. Greatest movie, Adrian. What happened to your hat? Greatest line in movie history. When she runs up to him after he goes the distance in the first fight, the first thing he says, "What happened to your hat?" Number 1, American Psycho, fantastic movie. Christian Bale's basically his breakout role, although he was in Newsies before that. And speaking of Newsies, Newsies is also a film that could be on this list.
Ooh.
There are some honorable mentions that I will also mention that may help people figure it out. Metropolis from 1927 and Kinky Boots from... People may know this, especially knowing that this is a Miss Mojo list. I'm wondering if we have any guesses.
There are a few guesses.
Okay, are people getting closer?
They're getting there, I think.
Okay, yeah.
Let's see. What was I looking for? Oh, someone called 11 says top 10 genre movies loved by women.
Genre movies loved by... Oh, that's a cool entry, or a cool guess. I like that.
Danny Fofani says top 10 movies with remakes.
Yeah. Well, okay, in following with what you said, okay, remakes.
Maybe.
Be a little more specific. Yeah.
Top 10 cloned movies.
Again, be a little more specific because you're on the right track. But cloned where?
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we see the supercut one more time? And I think we may actually be close to having a winner. So, Phoebe Manny, if you will.
You know why the Yankees always win, Frank?
Because they have...
Teams can't stop staring at those damn pinstripes.
Can I help?
Yeah, Adrian. You get him wet.
Tried to steal our bit, but you look like shit. But we're the ones who are down with it.
Only use it in times of severe distress.
This is a pen.
And anyway, look at the clothes you wear.
Mother, just because I wear trackies and play sport does not make me a lesbian.
So what are you gonna do, Heather? Take the 2 shots or send me out? Did you have a brain tumor for breakfast?
This is pitiful. 1,000 people freezing their butts off waiting to worship a rat. What a hype.
For God's sake, what happened to her eyes?
It really don't matter if I lose this fight. It really don't matter if this guy opens my head either. Let's go to distance.
I like to dissect girls. Did you know I'm utterly insane?
Great tan, Marcus. I mean, really impressive.
Patrick Bateman in
You know why the Yankees
American
always win,
Psycho,
Frank?
just amazing what he did to Huey Lewis in the News. I can't listen to Huey. I love Huey Lewis in the News, but I can't listen to any of the songs on that soundtrack the same way anymore. Because I just picture people. I just picture serial killing, stylish serial killing, which is it's such a great movie, by the way.
Stylish serial killing.
Yeah, well, I'm in 80s style to boot. And so there you have it. That is the 3rd time we played the supercut. I think we may even have a winner.
We do have a winner.
We do have a winner.
I'm gonna read some people that got very close.
Okay.
But there is one that is not exactly, but closer than the other ones.
I'd like to hear it. I'm curious how much of our directing led people that way, or if people were just so sharp that they picked up what all these movies have to do together.
So Jacob Francis here suggested top 10 movies that have been turned into musicals.
Mm-hmm.
And Locante? I'm not sure, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Top 10 movies with Broadway musicals based off them.
Okay, well, you guys are definitely, we're there.
We're there. There was then Sophia Smithy, who also suggested top 10 movies which are now musicals. But the closest answer that I've seen is Bob Jones, who suggested top 10 strangest movies adapted into musicals.
And the title of this list is Top 10 Films We Never Thought Would Be Made into Musicals.
And I think Bob Jones's answer is the closest I've seen.
Congratulations, Bob. Clapping it up for you, Bob. Why don't you tell him how he can claim his prize?
Yeah, so Bob Jones. You can go to youtube.com/WatchMojo and go to our About tab. And there you should be able to see a little chat icon. If you click on that, then you can send us your email address and then we'll contact you with more information on how you can get your prize. And if you've already forgotten what I've just said for some reason, you can also check out the description box of this video and you'll be able to see the instructions there as well.
That's right. By the way, I have some big news. I forgot to mention it at the top of the show. Want to promote something that we're doing coming up later on today. This is very exciting. If you're a fan of basketball, the NBA draft is happening this evening. And if you check out Mojo Talks, we are primed to be covering the draft itself. We're actually partnering up with Phantom, who they're going to have their experts weighing in on all the choices, all the picks. There's going to be people stationed in different bars all over the country, and they're going to be weighing in on their thoughts.
Should be a very interesting watch.
That's very cool. So it's kind of a first time that we're doing this. This is going to be at 7 o'clock on Mojo Talks, so check out. Tune in, and if you're a big basketball fan, I think it's going to be pretty fun.
Yeah.
So that was it. Any of those musicals you would want to see?
The American Psycho one could be interesting.
It could, eh? I think it won a ton of awards,
because
too.
Sweeney Todd was a musical.
That's right, yeah.
Kind of like, killing things.
So that one won 5 different musical-centric awards.
Wow.
And I would love to see the Rocky one, being a huge Rocky fan.
Right.
That was a big hit in Germany, but then it went to Broadway. I think Catch Me If You Can might make a great musical as well. This was a fun list to do.
Yeah.
And when I read, I had no idea that any of those, that most of them had been turned into musicals.
You never knew.
I'm not a big musical guy, though. I love music, but when they break into song, it's always like da 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 da. And I hope I don't draw the ire of too many people. It's not my thing.
There's a large musical audience on Miss Mojo.
Yeah, so I applaud anyone who got this, and all the power to you. And maybe, if I saw Rocky the musical, I would be more into musicals. Who knows?
We'll see.
But the good news is we have a second list, and this one is different. And so let's go right into it. Let's see the supercut.
Let's do it.
From list number 2. Remember, if you guess the name of this list based on the entries, then you can win some sweet merch. All you have to do is plug in what you think is the exact name of this upcoming list, and Jem will be fielding all the comments in the chat. So if you will, Manny and Phoebe, please run our second supercut of the day.
Did you get emotional when you put the wardrobe on?
No, I got paid.
Yeah, no, I don't believe in icons. I don't believe in personalities. I believe that peace lies beyond personality.
I'm sorry, the old tailor can't come to the phone right now. Why? Oh, because she's dead.
Yeah, I've been doing it a long time, man, but those early brothers, Brownsbach, Beethoven, they took up all the good shit, man. They used up all the good notes.
Right. I knew that I would have to somehow a wife and a mother.
So you had lovers?
I had many lovers.
So sometimes I'm more fit and I get into kickboxing hardcore, and then sometimes I don't, and I'm like, I'd rather have wine.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm not gonna do Hannah Montana, but I can give you an update on what she's been up to. She was murdered.
I don't give a fucking my juices up. Suck on my balls, I had enough.
And a shot? Yeah, sure. What? No, come on, cannonball. No, here.
I love Bill Murray. I think everybody in the world loves Bill Murray. I mean, you hear about all the stuff that he did. You know that he doesn't have an agent, right?
He doesn't?
But Bill Murray doesn't have an agent. And so if you want for him to be in your film, he has a 1-800 number that you can call and leave a message. And if he's interested in the movie that you're pitching, then he might.
Well, maybe we should call him and get him to be on the show.
Actually, that's a great idea. We'll get him to co-host. Or maybe he could just take my place, because he would be
no one can replace
you. My God, imagine him hosting this. Okay, so interesting. Very different list. So it doesn't look like it's about movies per se or scenes. That was a hodgepodge of interesting personalities. Any guesses coming in so far?
There are a few.
Yeah.
Awatea Smith says top 10 dead celebrities, but I don't think that's... they're not dead.
No.
All of them are alive.
All of them are alive. Yes, absolutely.
CM Lindsay says top 10 late night talk show appearances.
There was some good appearances there, but they're not all appearances on late night talk shows.
11 says top 10 role model celebrities that turned controversial.
Interesting. Okay.
Chris Gonzalez says top 10 times artists were passive aggressive about something.
I like that one. Okay, yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Well, let's see it again.
Let's do it.
You guys are on the right track here. I think this is going to be easier than the other one to figure out. Let's see the supercut, and then we'll start listing them, and then we'll give away some merch.
Did you get emotional when you put the wardrobe on?
No, I got paid.
Yeah, no, I don't believe in icons. I don't believe in personalities. I believe that peace lies beyond personality.
I'm sorry, the old tailor can't come to the phone right now. Why? Oh, because she's dead.
Yeah, they've been doing it a long time, man. But those early brothers, Brownsbach, Beethoven, they took up all the good shit, man. They used up all the good notes.
I knew that I would have to somehow plow ahead without being a wife and a mother.
So you had lovers?
I had many lovers.
So sometimes I'm more fit and I get like into kickboxing hardcore, and then sometimes I don't. And I'm like, I'd rather have wine.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm not gonna do Hannah Montana, but I can give you an update on what she's been up to. She was murdered.
I don't give a fucking my deuces up. Suck on my balls, Paul. I had enough.
Under shot? Yeah, sure. What? No, come on, cannonball. No, here.
There really are some great moments. There's some great celebrities on there. Let me say this. It's not... But that could have been a list. That could have worked. That's not the list that we're looking for. But those are 10 cool celebrities. Let's have a look at who we have on there.
Right.
Okay. So number 10, Indiana Jones and Han Solo. He was both of them in the same decade. Harrison Ford.
He's a great man.
Yeah. All right. Number 9, Jim Carrey. Ace Ventura, but also some serious roles. One of my favorite Jim Carrey roles is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
I was about to say the exact same thing. I just love seeing comedians do like ridiculously serious roles.
Yeah, like we've said that before. I think Adam Sandler in Punch Drunk Love and Will Ferrell in Stranger Than Fiction. And so Jim Carrey, I mean, I don't know if you've also seen Andy and Jim, The Great Beyond, the movie about his performance.
I did not, but I heard things about it.
It's a really good movie. If you have a chance, check out on Netflix Andy and Jim, The Great Beyond. It's a fantastic movie. Okay, number 8, Tay-Tay. You see that? I did that for you, Phoebe. It's Tay-Tay. Taylor Swift, who is basically everywhere, always. I feel like she's always existed, even though she's quite. She also seems eternally young.
That's true.
Number 7, Quincy Jones, Q. I think that might have been one of the big the big gives in this particular list. Quincy Jones, who obviously best known for producing Michael Jackson's Thriller. He also produced some Sinatra albums, Michael McDonald, some great stuff by Michael McDonald, if I may. And also one of the producers of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh yeah.
So he's had his hands in a lot of cool stuff. Number 6, Diane Keaton, another cool lady. Annie Hall, one of the greatest movies of all time. And more recently in the movie The Book Club, which was written by someone who used to do some work for Mojo, I believe. I could be wrong. Anyways, the shout out to Erin Sims, who grew up in Montreal and now lives in LA, and she wrote Book Club, starring Diane Keaton.
That's nice.
All right, number 5, Kelly Clarkson, who's now a judge on The Voice.
Yeah.
Judge, I guess we call them judge, panelists. She's a judge, and she was the first ever winner of American Idol.
Oh, nice.
So she's bridged that gap between the two shows.
Like full circle.
Full circle. Number 4, Rihanna. I mean, for me, it's cool to have seen. I used to work at a music station where she came in, and early in her career when she did Pon the Replay, and she came in to do an interview, and she was just, she was so timid, and she had an entourage, and they told her exactly where to stand and where to look and what to do, and I felt bad for her. I remember thinking, eesh, this is going to be a rough career, but she's really turned things around. Hint, hint. Number 3. Miley Cyrus. There's someone, speaking of turning things around, from Hannah Montana to some of her more raunchy stuff. Miley Cyrus. Although, my personal favorite Miley Cyrus moment, if you've never seen this, look up Miley Cyrus doing Jolene, the Dolly. Agree. I mean, it totally changed my perception of her. She's a fantastically talented singer. I wish she did more stuff like that, but that will give you chills. All right, number 2, boom, Beyonce. Well, what can you say? I mean, she's Queen Bee. She is. Ever since the early days of Destiny's Child, she's always been a step ahead of the curve, and she continues to be.
There was a new, video release recently, which is off the charts apparently.
Off the charts, yeah, exactly. Yeah. And number 1. Bill Murray, the coolest guy in the world. He crashes parties, he photobombs people, and he has his 1-800 number if we want him to appear on the show. So, some clear indications. Jem, do you want to tell me what kind of guesses we have of people getting closer?
There is Beavis PDX, top 10 celebs killing old persona. What else? There was another one. Ironbot, top 10 celebrities that changed their personas.
Interesting. Okay.
Fernando Morales, top 10 celebrities personality crisis.
Ah.
Yeah.
That's very cool. Okay, you guys are absolutely on the right track here. Remember, we're obviously looking for the exact title, or the first person to get the exact title. And it's hard because how are you to know exactly how we're going to frame this? But we always seem to come up with a winner who's that much closer than the others.
Yeah, we're looking for it.
Okay.
And what was it? Ace Gamer? No, top 10 celebrity role models that. You got to finish your top 10 suggestions, buddy.
Right. Or maybe we should just start making our top 10s and just ... Let's see that supercut one more time, and then I think we're going to come back and hopefully have a clear winner.
Did you get emotional when you put the wardrobe on?
No, I got paid.
Yeah, no, I don't believe in icons. I don't believe in personalities. I believe that peace lies beyond personality.
I'm sorry, the old tailor can't come to the phone right now. Why? Oh, because she's dead.
Yeah, they've been doing it a long time, man, but those early brothers, Brownsbach, Beethoven, they took up all the good shit, man. They used up all the good notes.
I knew that I would have to somehow plow ahead without being a wife and a mother.
So you had lovers?
I had many lovers.
So sometimes I'm more fit and I get like into kickboxing hardcore, and then sometimes I don't. And I'm like, I'd rather have wine.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do Hannah Montana, but I can give you an update on what she's been up to. She was murdered.
I don't give a fucking my juices up. Suck on my balls, Paul. I had enough.
And a shot? Yeah, sure. What? No, come on, cannonball. No, here.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
This is a great list.
This is a video that I would absolutely watch. Don't forget, these are videos that we'll be publishing on our channels very soon. There is something else I wanted to mention, as I was saying earlier in the show. If you're a fan of basketball, at 7 o'clock, we're going to be broadcasting our coverage of reaction to the NBA draft.
7 p.m. Eastern time.
7 p.m. Eastern time, that's right. But we're going to have people in bars all over the country who are going to be reacting to the picks. We're going to have panelists. This is all in conjunction with Phantom. And it should be very cool. So if you're a basketball fan, don't forget Mojo Talk 7 o'clock. Now back to the list.
Yeah.
So many cool people on there. So many good answers.
I have a winner.
We have a winner.
Yeah.
Yes. All right.
And
so let's
we're facing a very interesting situation that we didn't think would happen.
Okay.
And so, basically, I'm sorry. So basically, the same person who won the first round seems to have guessed this one correctly again as well.
Bob?
Bob Jones, that's
Bob Jones. By the way, I love your name, Bob Jones. Very cool. So Bob won, and he got the answer right to this one as well.
Exactly. But, however, because we want to be fair and make sure that everyone gets a chance at winning, we're going to give this one to the second answer.
Right, because Bob, you got yourself
stuff. Let everyone else get it.
And next week, you can win again. But so new rule, you can win once per episode.
Yeah.
All right, new rule. There you go.
It's a rule. We can make rules. This is our show.
Absolutely.
So
but
the actual
congratulations,
winner
Bobs.
is Anthony Quarry, who guessed top 10 celebrities that don't care.
Top 10 celebrities that don't care. That's exactly, the list is top 10 celebrities who just stopped caring.
That's as close as
basically,
we can
yeah, exactly. And if you look at it, I mean, so Harrison Ford, the guy is only in it for the money these days, and he's gone on record to say that.
Right.
He doesn't give. Jim Carrey, I don't know if you saw that interview that he did on the red carpet for E, where he's talking spirits and all this and his political paintings. He's
just out there now.
He's out there, but I kind of love him. Taylor Swift, well, she's she's kind of changed her ways. At first she was like, oh, I'm the young innocent one, and now she's pretty ferocious herself.
The old Taylor is dead.
The old Taylor is dead, right? I'm surprised it wasn't Quincy Jones who killed her, because Quincy. Oh my God! Well, I mean, you know what I mean. But that Quincy interview in Vulture magazine was crazy.
Yeah.
He was. I mean, so much so that his daughters, including Rashida Jones, were like, "Okay, Dad, to stop."
I gotta stop that.
Yeah, because he was saying all kinds of stuff about Michael Jackson and the Beatles, and what did he say about? Was it Marlon Brando?
I think so.
Anyways, he had a lot of dirt on a lot of people, and he just doesn't give a hoot as well. Diane Keaton, I mean, that quote tells it all. She owns her sexual adventures and isn't shy about having not gotten married and choosing to sleep with who she chooses to sleep with. Kelly Clarkson just owns, she's had a lot of people make comments about her weight, and she's like, I am what I am, I do what I do, and all the power to her. Rihanna, the queen of not giving a shit. She basically, like I said, she started off, she was so timid and she was such a puppet, and now she's turned it all around. She does what she wants. Miley Cyrus shedding her Hannah Montana image. Beyonce really stopped caring about what anyone thinks and does her own thing. Look at Lemonade. That's all you have to say. And Bill Murray, I mean...
Bill Murray is just Bill Murray.
Yeah. I don't know if he I think he cares so much that he just does what he wants. And so that is the list. Thank you guys all for playing along. We hope... Bob Jones? Bob Jones?
Bob Jones.
Yeah. Congratulations. I mean, you got both lists. And I didn't think when choosing these lists that they were so easy. So very good stuff. Jem, did you have fun?
I always have fun at this, man.
That's good.
Reading the people's comments is always... my favorite part.
We have fun. We want you to come back. Every Thursday, 3 o'clock, we'll be doing more of this, giving away more merch. Like I said, 7 o'clock tonight on Mojo Talks, you can check out our coverage of the NBA draft, all the comments, all the fun, all the ridiculousness. And check it out. Stay tuned for these lists, because they're going to come out in the coming days.
Yeah.
The other one on Miss Mojo, the top 10 movies we never thought would be turned into Broadway musicals. Or into musicals, period. That's it for us. Thank you very much, Jem.
Thank you, Eric.
Thank you, Manny, Phoebe. Thank you all out there in internet land, and we'll see you next week.
See ya.